Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Lisa, and I will be interviewing Bridget, and she'll be answering a few questions about her role and experience at Mayo. So could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Brigette Baig. I am the supervisor of the metals laboratory up here in Rochester, Minnesota. Um, just to kind of tell you what we do in our laboratory, if you think of the periodic table in the very middle, we test for metals. And so down to the analyte level, we are in an ISO class 7 clean room. So we wear the Tyvek suits fully covered in order to do our testing. And then we also have kidney stones, which we do analysis for as well.
What made you choose Mayo Clinic as an employer?
My journey to Mayo Clinic was a bit haphazard. I had a college advisor that had a pamphlet for a new program at Mayo Clinic called the Cytogenetics Certificate Program. This program doesn't exist anymore, but he encouraged me to apply to that because I was very fascinated with genetics at the time. And cytogenetics does all that sort of testing. So I applied to that program and I got in, and I've been here ever since.
That's a really interesting story. So what's a favorite part of your job or daily work?
So what I love about this job is I get to be a nerd day in and day out, and everyone else is too. So being in this community where we all kind of mutually embrace this is just great, and we own it, and I love it.
What would you like to tell our audience about Mayo Clinic?
So I actually have two things that I would like to tell the audience. The first thing is that leadership does care about you as an employee. As being part of the leadership team, I just want, I can confirm that like most of our discussions circulate about how do I make this fair? How do I enforce this policy without being punitive? How do I build in time for professional development? What does inclusion for us look like? How do I organically introduce recognition and just really show the true value to our team that all the work they're doing is so important? It's not simple and it's not a one size fits all. So that's why we spend so much time and thought on this aspect and why sometimes it doesn't move as fast as we or the staff would like it to. And then the second thing is I'm just now truly understanding just how much Mayo is kind of like a bit of organized chaos. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just we're such a huge institution. So changes just, they aren't linear here. Just because there's so many moving parts. So have patience with the gray areas and find out a way to be okay with things being in sort of a constant flux. And maybe that's maybe more of a personal message to myself. It is one thing that I counsel myself on often. So if anyone else struggles with this, you aren't alone.
How does the work you do make a difference for patients?
Um, Simply put, for me, I keep the lab vibes going. So from equipment to staffing to supplies and modeling resilience with a touch of humor and staying focused is my personal work ethic that I hope makes a difference for patients. If we don't have those things, then we don't have results to aid in their care and diagnosis.
Could you share a story that demonstrates how Mayo Clinic provides you with a sense of belonging?
Yes. As of late, I have been dubbed the mad scientist of our division. I'm always strategizing, bringing up insane ideas to hash out, and professionally challenging the status quo. I have been very fortunate to have a few bosses and formal mentors who have embraced this and helped me develop this creative side in a very data-driven environment. So anytime I bring new out there ideas, it is received with humor and sincerity about if we can take this idea anywhere. So the fact that I have a place to be myself and everyone knows that I'm not here to push any trains off the track makes me feel like I've found my place.
So, compared to other jobs you've had, how does Mayo Clinic compare?
This is a tough one because I have been here for 17 years now. So my only true professional comparison is really from lab to lab as I've moved around in those roles. So some experiences shine brighter than others in my memory, but overall, each role has shaped who I am and has allowed me to be a lifelong learner.
That's good to hear. For the last question, can you talk about what you see as your future at Mayo Clinic?
Yeah, I'll retire here. At least that's the current plan. That wasn't the plan when I first started, but as I've aged and established myself personally and professionally, I know that I'm in a place that allows me to have a pretty well-rounded life right now. So as for my next career move, I have no idea. I'm here for now as a supervisor. New jobs are continuously being developed. I recall when a quality specialist was a new job for the labs. Project manager support is new for laboratories, and now there's artificial intelligence support and data analysts. It just keeps going, and I keep my thumb on the pulse of it all, so we'll see.
Well, thank you so much for participating in this interview.
You're welcome.